Meleha here to have a conversation with you, a new conversation about the equinox, about the spring equinox. And we're going to call it something different today. We're going to call it a ceremony of inner calibration, of course, with the star mothers. We need a new way to look at what we're doing at this time of year, the time of the beginning of expansion. And as the Pleiadians have spoken and showered us with their love and wisdom, I ask that they bring their essence to our sacred circle. Big breath, just feel their presence. So, what I'd like to do with you is make a subtle reframe of the implied whole spring forward conversation. And at this time of year, we bring our awareness to the changes of the earth. Of course, the days are getting longer here in the Northern Hemisphere, and we notice that the earth herself is not striving, not pushing, not manifesting, but calibrating. The earth isn't forcing the flowers. She's just adjusting the light as our axis tips back and forth. And that gentle distinction to me feels like a piece of tender medicine for those of you who gather with me, especially if you're really ready for letting go of the fanfare that accompanies so much of so many things and just go with the resonance. So this is a sacred turning of light and shadow, as we know. But let's gather to recalibrate our inner world, the living rhythm of the earth and us. So instead of making the spring equinox about striving for new beginnings, what about making it a time to restore balance so what is true within us can rise naturally toward the light? Take a soft breath with me. Doesn't that feel good? What is true within us can rise naturally toward the light. So it's a rare, really an exquisite moment in our planetary dance when day and night stand as equal, not one dominating the other, not one disappearing, so one can appear, just a point of balance. And in that balance, something profound happens in the human field. Because we're not separate from that movement, as you know, we are made of it. For years, we've been told that spring is about pushing forward, starting over, reinventing ourselves, having lots of new goals and ideas that have to start. But if we listen closely to the earth, she's not pushing, she's adjusting, and it's incremental. Light increases not through force, but through inevitability. The dark doesn't vanish, it just softens its hold and its dominance. So that the equinox really teaches us something subtle and powerful, that growth does not require aggression. Becoming does not acquire judgment, pushing, self-criticism. Here, at this time of year, the light does not fight the shadow, they coexist. And in that coexistence, life reorganizes. So let's move into that place for a few minutes of inner equinox. So I'd love you to close your eyes, relax your body, feel yourself more and more present. Be aware of your feet on the floor, touching Gaia and all her many manifestations. And notice if you feel your spine lengthen and stretch towards the stars, the star mothers. Take another breath. Within you, there are places that have been resting. There are dreams that have been quiet. There are parts of your heart that have stayed in winter longer than expected. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your lower belly. Breathe softly, fully. The equinox does not demand that you bloom. It simply says you are allowed to return to balance, to center, and notice where you've been overextended, where you've been hiding, and notice where you've been holding more than your share of responsibility. Let the light meet the shadow there, not to fix it, but to equalize it. Take another breath. Feel that wave over you. And gently imagine your inner landscape tilting towards equilibrium. Not dramatic, not theatrical, just aligned. And in this spring equinox, instead of asking, what should I start? Ask, what in me wants to come back into balance? Instead of asking, what do I need to manifest? Ask, what needs equal light and compassion? And feel the symmetry of your own body, left and right, breathing in, breathing out. You, dear Shining One, are already participating in cosmic balance. You do not have to earn the spring. You only have to allow it. And keep asking, what in me wants to come back into balance? What needs equal light and compassion? Take one more slow, deep breath and let the light inside you and around you arise naturally, as it's meant to do at this beautiful time of the spring equinox. Namaste. Aloha.